built a billion-dollar plus business and providing millions of salespeople the most accurate and I would also say broad data on companies that they sell to and the people that work at those companies. We invest very heavily to the tune of $250 million a year to make sure that that foundational element of data is required for effective go-to-market. And really, that's what has moved the needle for our customers. And while that data is important and it's been our backbone for our business, we also realized a few years ago that the world was changing and that data alone wasn't enough to deliver to our customers. Because today's world, like if you know, usually if a company hits your website or responds to a call from one of your sellers, you probably engaged with them about 60% into their buying process, which means very likely you're not going to win the deal. So we wanted to flip that such that your sellers could actually win those deals 85% of the time. And essentially, that's why we built what we call ZoomInfo Copilot to break down that area of missed opportunity and prioritize all the noise and tells the sellers exactly who to target, why to target them, and what to say when interacting with those buyers, those prospective buyers. And then when generative AI came along and started making these waves, we were kind of in the right spot in our development. And we again took a major leap there, signed agreements with AI providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, Llama, etc., and built a platform that was designed specifically to solve these go-to-market use cases. So without further ado, maybe I can show you a little bit of Copilot and take you through that process a little bit. Let me share my screen. Okay. So when a seller comes in, and I'm going to pretend to be an account executive here, I have already synced my CRM into the system. My admin has gone and set up the system for me. So as I come in, it's telling me information about my target accounts, the accounts that I own, part of the book of business that I own. And here is essentially what is a prioritized list of accounts that I own, the various signals that these accounts are exhibiting. As an example, with Atrium Hospitality, it's a great account fit. It's telling me that. It's also telling me that they are actively researching intent topics, in this case, sales intelligence and sales performance. They have some hiring plans. They have a bunch of websites visits. They're visiting my website. And very recently, they've promoted somebody internally to be vice president of sales and marketing. And now that person is in my buying group that has been also set up by the admin. In addition, it's recommending me a set of plays that I can run in order to act upon these signals on Atrium Hospitality. And if I scroll down, you can see this something very similar to all of these accounts that I own. Now, going back up to Atrium Hospitality, you'll notice that Brandy's been promoted, like I said earlier. And as a result, one of the plays it's recommending is that I add Brandy to my CRM. But more importantly, I can introduce myself to Brandy. And if I have her email address, then I can actually connect with her on email. If I had a telephony integrated within ZoomInfo, so which I can do as an admin, I would also be able to place a phone call to Brandy. But let's go through the email process, and I click on this email button. And what this does is brings together a bunch of different things. So ZoomInfo is rich with our data, also known as third-party data, because it's owned by ZoomInfo. But more importantly, when I connected with the CRM, it's also now pulling in data from the CRM and kind of marrying the two together. More importantly, it's also pulling in on all the signals that this account is exhibiting. And what it did for me is automatically created an email addressed to Brandy, because it got that context from the row that I clicked upon, pulled in some of the information about her, about Brandy, and also in a way now know that she's in a new role, and I've kind of like that email pulls that information in here as well. And I can go and pick additional intelligence that I have about this account within this emailer, and I can essentially click draft again, and it'll recreate that email for me, pulling in that new information that's in there. Additionally, it also allows me to pick from a list of offerings that I sell, products or services, right? So in this case, the admin has created some for me. In fact, by default, ZoomInfo looks at your firmographic data, and through AI generates these offerings. Basically, an offering is nothing but the name, what are the pain points it addresses, what are the value propositions, right? So an admin can go and configure these, make these your own. As a user, I can go and create some if I so choose to. And all of that information is also pulled into that email that got created. Additionally, I can rewrite parts of this email if I want to make it, if I don't like the way the body is written, I can do that. It just recreates the email. I can change the tone of the email to be friendly, formal, or confident. For this one, I might say I want to be a little confident because I'm introducing myself. And I can change the length of the email, make it more concise if I wanted to. And additionally, I can provide additional context if there was additional context that I wanted to include in this email. And if I had Gmail or Microsoft 365 connected, I could just hit the button and it would send this email out to Brandy. Similarly, we can also do bulk emails. So if I were to multi-thread into many different buyers at this company, I can select a list of buyers within the tool, and then have this thing create an email for those buyers. We also have integrations into engagement tools such as Outreach, where you can actually send this via Outreach. And any information that you send out, any emails that you send out via ZoomInfo can also write back into your CRM. So there's that connection also being created. Now, very often, I'm going to just discard this. Very often, you may be working on a target account, and you have to provide like an account plan, either when you're meeting with the client, doing a QBR, or perhaps you have to provide an account plan to your sales director or sales vice president. We've kind of taken that into account as well. If I were to go to the profile for Atrium Health in this case, we've added this thing called as Account AI, which is really powerful, which really takes into account all of the richness of the data and pulls it together. It pulls in, like I said, obviously the ZoomInfo third-party data. It pulls in firmographic data for this company, pulls in the first-party data from the CRM. And also, if you have conversational intelligence like ZoomInfo's Chorus or Gong, we can also pull that, the transcripts from the conversational intelligence, and it essentially builds out an account plan for you. So what you're looking at here on the left is essentially an account plan that includes information that is available through the either from ZoomInfo data or from the firmographic data. There is recent conversations, perhaps pulled in from some sort of a conversational intelligence tool. It pulls in the pain points and use cases, important contacts, any upcoming deals, a summary of engagement, and so on and so forth. So essentially, it's a one-stop shop to really get up to speed on an account, so that when you are going to meet that client or presenting to your leadership, you have that information handy at all times. Taking that one step further, say I did win that meeting with Brandy, and I'm going into a call with her. I can actually ask this summary, basically this account information that I might want to know. As an example, and we've created some prompts here, but you can obviously type in a message. As an example, I say, catch me up on some of the latest interactions and any outstanding steps. So what this does is it essentially introspects the account summary and pulls in all the relevant information that I might need as I'm going into that meeting with Brandy.
This is really awesome. So many interesting things. Yeah, I think we'll have some questions for you, Vinay. So it's still just
go for it.
processing. Cool. it just speeds this up so much, especially like if you think of executive briefings, right? Like you have to show your own CRO a quick account plan of what's been going on inside the deal, and this thing just pulls the summary so cleanly of the history.
Absolutely. Yeah, and people are loving this. So we've obviously done we did a extensive beta on this, close to a 4 month beta cycle with 20,000 users, about 500 plus accounts, and we've been GA for about 3 months now, and we've been getting some great feedback on all of this capability.
Awesome. What do you think, Julia?
A lot of people are asking Vinay, does everyone on ZoomInfo get access to this?
Yeah, so with Copilot, we have new packages. Obviously, there are 3 different packages. We have the Pro package, which doesn't get a lot of the AI capabilities. The advanced package has the emailer capability, so you can actually do the AI-based emails. And then the account plan, as we are looking at here, it's reserved for our enterprise package, right? So a progressive capability based on the package you have.
What's the best case? What's the best case study for managers to leverage this?
I'm not quite sure I get that. I understand that question. Are you asking if there's a case study that can be leveraged?
Yeah, I'll clarify that with the audience.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, they mean probably some use cases or best case studies for, Copilot so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can provide those case studies offline. Obviously, I don't have those handy right now. But a lot of great quotes that we've heard from our clients. An interesting one actually happened during the beta phase, where one of our beta users was trying to get in touch with a buyer in Australia, and he was trying to reach out to this buyer many times and really didn't make any headway. So then he went into the AI emailer, and in one of those prompts, basically those free-form prompts said, "Write me this email in Australian, in Aussie talk." I think that's what he said, and it actually wrote the email in basically in Aussie talk, sent that email, and he was able to book a meeting with that guy. Right, so that's a very small. It's not a case study, but a little anecdote of how people are getting creative using this thing.